What's up guys, Juggalo here, and I'm going to show you the best to my ability considering I am in an apartment and it's really hard to do any kind of tutorials and stuff just because I'm limited in the amount of space that I have here. So I'm going to try to do the best I can, and I'm going to give you a real quick tutorial on what I do. So hopefully this will help you out. There's someone that said, hey, can you show me how you do acrylic? And I said, hey, I ran out, but guess what? I found some. So basically what you want to do, if you were to get a sheet of acrylic, you would measure out how big you want to cut the acrylic, cut it to size. Alright, and then from there you got to peel off both sides of the paper that has the protective coating on it, and you're just going to peel that off. Okay, then you go on the other side and you do the same thing, and hopefully guys you'll be able to see what I'm showing you, just because this is going to be a very unique situation. And what I mean by that is just the amount of space that I have is very limited, and like the viewing angle and the camera angle and all that stuff. Okay, so the tools you're going to need and or parts, of course, you're going to need some acrylic. Also, if you're going to be doing this, I highly recommend getting a towel and putting the acrylic on top of that, just to prevent the scratching that may occur onto the acrylic, but I'm not. This is just some scrap acrylic and I don't care. You're going to need a rotozip, or not rotozip, but a Dremel tool. I have a Black & Decker 3-speed tool, and then you're gonna get some bits, diamond coated, and let me see if I can get these out, but let me see, point the camera down, there you go. See all these bits? This is what I'm using. So I mainly use the, darn it. Alright, right here is the, I guess you want to call it a cone with a point. This is what I like to use. And then for coloring in, I like to use a small ball to color in for the quote-unquote frosting. That's what it's called for acrylic. Now, what you want to do, and I'm gonna probably do as I say, not as I do kind of deal, but all you really want to do is take some blue tape that you can get at a local hardware store for cheap and just tape it down. I recommend doing 4 corners, but this is just a tutorial, a little one, so I'm not too worried about it. So you would generally want to do 4 corners so the image doesn't move or, you know, distort what you're trying to see and all that stuff. I would highly recommend getting a lamp. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'm sure you can see the light. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and hopefully I can get my hand into the viewing angle or viewing area depending on how this zooms up and everything. So let me try to get this in the viewing angle, and then I'm gonna put my hand in front of it to see if you guys can see what I'm doing, which you can. That is awesome. Okay, I highly recommend, if you don't have one, is to get a chuck for your Dremel. It's just a lot easier, so you can interchange parts a lot quicker and everything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on this sharp bit, and I'm gonna show you what I do. Also, you can tell if the bit's gonna cut or not generally by how it feels. And what I mean by how it feels, if you feel it vibrating, it's not in the proper way or the length, you know. So if it feels a little vibratey, I guess you want to call it, you're gonna have to adjust it so it won't do that. And doing this, it doesn't doesn't vibrate a lot, but it's gonna make it interesting. So what I do is slowly trace out the image. So let's do that. and just go back and forth. And then once you get your main line done, go ahead and go back over the image that you just cut to make it smooth. And you're not supposed to wipe it just because you may scratch the acrylic, but okay, let's do this side. Okay, and then it comes out. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and do this arch at the bottom. It's a little curvature. So what I like to do is slowly but surely get it done. And how I'm doing this is very hard because I'm not using the table because the viewing angle for you guys won't work. Okay, and then if the edges don't meet, I try to do that. And just slowly go back and forth. Alright, we have the etching complete, and as you can tell, it's doing a little glow effect with the green acrylic. So after I'm done with this bit, I'm going to go ahead and swap it in for that mini ball I was talking about. Hopefully I can find it. No problem. If not, it's okay. I got tons of accessories too. So, alright, I guess I'll use the bigger ball that I have. That's fine too. So go ahead and put it in your ball. Secure it. And then, same deal with the tracing of the image. You're going to go back and forth and you're taking a little bit off the acrylic. You're not trying to make it 3D or anything. So we're going to go ahead and flip it down so it can start. Alright. And then just go back and forth. You're just chipping a little bit. Then if you don't have all the edges and the tool's too big, you can go ahead and find another tool or another size bit. And I found the real small ball that I need, so I'm going to swap that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the little edges. Okay, and that's it. You're not trying to take a whole bunch of material off the acrylic itself. You're just trying to scratch it up. So not a lot of acrylic has been taken off. And so once I'm done with this portion, of course I would proceed to the next area that I would want to get in the picture. Like what I try to do is generally try to do the harder areas first. Let me flip this around. So for example, I'm trying to figure out where the camera's pointing. Of course it's going to be a pain in the butt. Why would it be easy, right? I would try to do, like, for example, this over here, and then I would try to get these guys first right here. I try to do the really hard areas first. So this, I would consider this a challenge right here. These two right here, this third one, this one right here, this little guy right here, and so yeah. Hopefully you guys get the gist. But and then after you're done with the acrylic, and if you look here, peel this off, and then let me try to get this. I'm going to go ahead and back this up so you guys can see. But if you look, this one right here matches the acrylic cut that I did. So if I go over, of course, blue tape's being a pain in the butt. 1 second. I'll just fold that down. But if you look, I can go over this image right here, and it'll cover it up perfectly, practically. So see? That's the edge of the wing right there. So this is what I do, and I just repeat the process until I'm done. All the images that you've seen, I do not take credit for designing them at all. All I am doing is using them so I can engrave some cool designs and everything. So I don't take credit in designing this image or images that I've done in the past. So basically I just go on Google, and this is the kind of design I like, and it's called a tribal design. If you look at my older videos, you can see my tattoos, and they're predominantly tribal as well. And that is what I use for my etching. Just make sure you have a bright light. That's the main thing. You want to ensure that you have is a bright light so you can see everything, and so you can get all the detail, make sure you're not missing any spaces as far as like doing the frosting or even doing the outline of the object that you're trying to do. So this is how I do it. This may help you out. I hope it does. And I guess that's it, guys. And as always, comment, subscribe, rate this video, click that like button. Guys, have a great day. Bye.